All right, so it says that we're live. So if you're watching, awesome. Thanks for watching. We're going to begin to babble at the beginning of every episode because for some reason StreamYard is cutting off the front of the broadcast. So there's that. So get used to it. Hello and welcome to the Legends of Tabletop podcast. We're getting back into our DayTrippers game tonight. And I'm going to kick it over to Todd because why not?
Holy shit. Start right off cussing right out of the gate. Okay, so Nash is wounded and Tom is wounded. Reggie, of course, is there and he's doing fine. And you also have little Kim with you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you had just completed your return mission to the planet Dreer, thanks to Contingency Plan B, which had been put in place by your boss, Bento, where, although you would like to get this planet blacklisted, I got to avoid stepping on this cat here. You want to get the planet Dreer blacklisted, put on the X list, removed from the big model so that no one else will ever go there and there won't be any chance of mimics being brought back to Earth. And it turns out that Bento had made a previous agreement with Blanche Regardy of X Investments that should the first mission return without a sample, there would be a second mission to go get that sample. And she's sticking to that and forcing him to do it in order to extract an agreement from her to blacklist the planet after this mission. So you're not happy about it. You don't think it's a smart idea, but you take Tom and little Kim with you. You go back to the planet Dreer. There's some creepy shit that happens out in the fog, but you eventually do get a sample of a mimic held in a little case, like a large lunchbox kind of a thing that you refer to as the coffin. And you bring a sample of the mimic back onto the ship. You succeeded in that mission. And you make it back to Earth, but you haven't even had time to report back to Bento or anything, because as soon as you land, you learn that there's an emergency klaxon going off. There's a voice over the megaphone that's saying, all volunteers step forward. Scilla Sardassian needs an emergency rescue. Oh, and by the way, she's in the Multiversal Chao. And you look and you see all the other pilots who had stepped forward. They start stepping back.
Forgot about this. Well,
this is where we pick up.
Reggie just looks right to Nash and goes, well, I guess we're going.
Oh, man, Reg, I mean,
it's...
Yeah, I mean, we have to. Fuck.
She probably just could not leave well enough alone. I think there's no use even talking about it. We should probably settle up and go.
I mean, fuck.
Last you talked to her, she was hardcore looking for a planet to set her next episode on, her next travelogue adventure, whatever.
She did get an episode, that's all right.
Yeah, she was really kind of pushing you to come up with that, but then she got called away by Corey Jane because she was shooting some sort of sex scene. You do know that there's been a lot of pressure for her lately. I think we've mentioned it like for 3 episodes in a row. She's scouting for a place for this next episode. And she tried to pressure you into coming up with that place, but you were busy and you had to deal with this planet Dreer shit. And so you're just kind of putting 2 and 2 together. She decided to go look for it herself.
Never a good thing. All right, well, so out of character real fast. We are on our own ship, which can take at least 4 people then, because we have 4 on the crew right now.
Yeah, and this is a bit of a problem. You're on the Marduk, and you've got 4 people right now, and that is the capacity of the ship. That's it.
And we don't know whether or not she's by herself, right?
You know she's not by herself because she don't know how to fly these things. So there's at least one other person with her.
Right. All right.
I I'm
has a
strangely
gigantic-
insulted by that.
She has a gigantic custom Dynalux vessel. It's a big white sphere. She calls it the Orbgasm.
I want to like that so much, but because it's her who said it.
It was actually her marketing team.
All right. Okay. All right. I feel a little bit better then about liking it as much as I do. Man, that marketing team really does a good job.
Well, and we know that that ship is able to hold our ship, right? Because we did that when we went to not Parallaxis, the birthday planet. Was that
right.
Parallaxis?
I think it was. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Good memory. Shit.
Yeah. So potentially we could take the whole team. All right. Well, this is all happening in a moment. Hey, Reg, we got to go. Fuck. Kim. Duke, what do you got? I mean, I can't ask you guys to go. I mean, this is some serious shit, and we've got to get that. We got to get that sample back to Blanche Regarty, or at least back to Bento. Fuck.
Little Kim, who by the way was doing great with that flamethrower out on the planet Dreer, she's still kind of fired up. She's like, "You need me? I'm there. Let's do this thing." And Tom is like, wait, we're talking about the Multiversal Chao here. We're talking about the core of chaos. Half the people who go come back insane."
Tom, you don't got to go, man. I can't.
Are you trying to make it sound better? Because you are.
Hey, man, it's your call.
You realize that and now he made a joke about it in the last adventure. On the planet Dreer, he held up that empty bottle and he's like, "Too bad they've run out of booze." It's been over a day since Tom has had a drink. Tom is starting to look pretty shaky and honestly scared.
All right, so Nash walks up and just
Matter of fact, I don't think you ever seen Tom actually be scared of something. But the very words the Multiversal Chao have struck fear into him, and he was already needed a drink.
Yeah. So the Nash just comes up to him, puts an arm on his shoulder, like, up around his neck, and he says, "Look, Tom, you need to stay here. He kind of looks at Reggie.
Tom, just go tell Bento that we're going after his favorite client."
Yeah, look, take the package.
There you go. That's what I was going to ask you.
Call Bento. Just wait here. Make sure he gets this package, and then I need you to go home. You just take it easy.
Thanks, Nash. He wants to say something else, but he can't fucking think of what to say. He just takes the sample and he says, "I'll take good care of this. It's going straight to Bento."
I know you will. He just kind of pats him on the chest.
He seems really pleased that there's something productive for him to do instead of just bailing, because he was about to tell you he was just bailing. He didn't want to say it.
All right. He looks back over to little Kim and he says, "Are you sure?" All right, it's my girl.
I like this.
All right. So Nash just starts snapping, waving his hands or whatever, trying to get somebody to come over and make sure we've got a, open bay. We've got to, try to get as much information as he can.
All right. I have this guy's name.
He's like old Jack or something.
Yeah, well,
fuck, I can't remember.
There's actually two guys named Jack, but there's three floor foremen. Today it's Jack Farrell. All right. This is the guy you know the least.
Oh, all right.
There's another Jack who you know a little better, and people call him Jacko, and he's been here a lot longer. And then
He's the old guy.
There's another guy named Roger who I don't know if you guys have met Roger or not, but it's Jack Farrell today. He's like, okay, we got to scramble. She's been in there 60 seconds.
Fuck, she just left. God damn it.
How do we know there's an emergency?
Up vector radio transmission. It was a failed jump.
Oh, fuck. That's even okay. All right, yes.
I've got, the coordinates. No one has to tell you the coordinates. All you have to do is aim outside and follow the scan for her ship. We've got data on her last position. I'll feed it to your computer.
We have injuries, though, don't we? Don't we have injuries? Are we just, or is that done?
Tom is injured, but he's out.
Jack,
I'll be all right. It's fine. We gotta get this done.
Right, in character. Yes, of course. I'm fine. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. And Kim was fine. Little Kim, you're good.
She looks at Nash. This is your girl. We're gonna do this.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah. Oh no, we're going. I just wanted to sort of like touch base with the injuries, just kind of get all up in the injuries and find out where we were.
Oh, she was never wounded.
Okay, good. My girl. Let's do this.
All right. There's some power calculations that should probably be considered.
I also have a general multiversal Chao question. I'm just trying to what do we know about this about the multiversal Chao? I'd like to think Reggie has researched it, or at least it knows something about it. If it's as nutty,
yeah,
as,
you know as much as anyone is basically told in space dynamics class. Ouch! Geez, I want to just kind of send you to the book.
You can. Then don't worry. I'll bring it up. We're good. That I'll check it out.
But effectively, here's a good metaphor. I recently shared a post on the DayTrippers group on a couple different social platforms about a new theory of space-time, in which space-time, rather than being imagined as a smooth surface with gravity wells in it, which fails to account for all the dark matter and dark energy that we know must be out there. Like most of the universe, there's not enough universe, there's not enough mass, right?
I've been watching a lot of movies about this, about a lot of documentaries about this. Yes,
to explain Einstein's calculations, and so string theory was suggested as one proposed theory of how space-time might be constructed as a bunch of strings that all tangle together but unfold in a lateral dimension. And now there's a new theory, space-time foam. And the way it's explained is, and this works perfectly with DayTrippers, picture the ocean. You're way up high above the ocean, and it looks like a smooth surface, right? But as you come down closer and closer, you see more and more roughness to it. The closer you get, you realize there's actually frothy, little bubbles and foam on top because it's constantly in motion. And if you zoom into like a, almost microscopic level, all of those bubbles are like each one is a universe, and they come and go. Some of them are long-lasting, some of them are short-term. Others form around other ones, protective barriers of universes within universes, popping and foaming on the surface of, and this is what they imagine now in the new theory, space-time may be, which includes, and this is why I'm telling you this, if you think of space-time as a constantly changing surface of the ocean kind of a situation, where bubbles are being formed all the time, and some bubbles engulf other bubbles and others just pop. And we're thinking about galactic timescales here. But every one of those little bubbles is a whole universe. And that explains dream worlds and pocket dimensions. Like 1 second of time in that frothy bubbling could be millions of years for our universe. Billions.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I like it.
So the multiversal Chao is the ocean itself. It's what's beneath the bubbles. It is that from which the bubbles come.
Ooh, boy. Okay. This is what we train for.
You got this, Reg?
I think. Yes, of course. I'm ready.
You're my guy.
Okay.
And you're mine.
Now, this goes against all of your training. You basically have to set all of the vectors in opposite directions to any jump you've ever made before. You're going to have to use everything you've been taught, and your instincts have to be so fluid on the controls of the ship, because you're trying, and this is hard to explain in three-dimensional space, you're trying to aim for a point between all points in a universe which is made of an infinite number of points. You have to do the exact opposite of what a jump actually is. You have to end up somewhere that's not on the map. This is absurd. And you're the best man for the job. It is a difficulty 9.
Oh, good.
Because this is almost a psychic maneuver. So you're going to be rolling. Your psyche number of dice.
Yeah.
Plus your slip space dynamics skill.
Yeah.
Which
okay,
is
so right now I'm at a 6. I'm sorry. My slip space is 2. Plus 2.
And your psyche score is
4.
Okay, so you're rolling 4 dice. You're adding 2, and
Make the roll.
So I can't get there.
But I also want to remind you guys that for the past couple episodes, especially last episode, when Nash looked into Reggie's painting, and for a moment thought he saw Scilla floating in fucking chaos, darkness. Reggie has been... You almost want to say Reggie has been psychically affecting the reality around him for a little while.
Yes.
Reggie... Now, because, many episodes back, he says he was working on his lucid dreaming. He's constantly meditating and working on self-awareness and stretching the boundaries of his mind. But
mindfulness.
But ever since that episode with Julio, which no one wants to talk about, Reggie's been collecting brain gear, and he's been messing with his noodle. Every kind of VR and AR and subjective, injective experience, he's been undergoing it. And his mind, she once so stable in the first place. So it really seems as though, and it's hard to prove, but you looked in the painting, you saw her for a second. Reggie's goal, stated way back, was to see if there was some way he could affect real reality with his lucid dreaming skill. And it looks like he can.
Oh, shit.
Maybe not all the time, and maybe not on purpose, but psychotically and maybe instinctively. Right?
So does that mean yeah, go ahead.
So what that means is I'm going to give you your lucid dreaming bonus on top of this.
Oh, nice.
That's a long way of saying that.
It's eloquent. It was beautiful. It was poetry. So that's another +2. So I could get, all I need is a 6. When have the My Little Pony dice not given me? Let's just pile on all of the possible things we could say to jinx this roll. So we just go right into the multiversal Chao's anus and just lodge, just stay there forever.
All right, so everybody's strapped in. Reggie's at the controls. He's flipping all the knobs the opposite direction, and he's turning the auto guidance system off. This is going.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, fuck.
Here's what I need, though. I need one thing from you, Nash. Nash.
What's up?
You remember the painting, yes?
I do. It freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, I want you to tell me every little detail that you remember from what you saw from within the depths. And Reggie just kind of closes his eyes and puts his arms out wide like this.
I mean, I looked at the painting and it's all dark and it's all freaky because I don't know what you're doing, but then I saw, and it looked like Scilla was floating in chaos. I mean, it's like you painted what happened. Reggie, you didn't. I mean, did you know that this was gonna happen?
Listen, all I need to know in this moment, what were the 4 colors that were streaming from her tit implants?
I had a character. I don't know. Did we go over that, or can I just make it?
No, just say it. Let it flow, baby.
There was blue and green. There was a little bit of red, and I think there was it was like almost like an indigo.
And he hits the
Roll
button.
them dice.
2 6s.
6 plus 4 is 10. You beat by 1. That is exactly what you wanted to do. Perfectly nailed it. The universe goes fucking crazy around you. You are tunneling through. Now it's a normal slip for a moment, but then suddenly you feel like you're being torn apart. The ship is being torn apart. You're not sure whether you're inside yourself or outside yourself.
It's all normal.
And then everything stops. You are floating in an orange cavern, millions of miles across, but you can see like stalagmites and stalactites of a bright orange rock, which is dripping from the top to where you are. Your ship is tiny, and you notice that the tops and bottoms of this thing are moving. The movement has a rhythm. Oh my God, you're in the lung or stomach of some fucking billions of miles long creature. And off to your right, you see a big white sphere. It's the Orbgasm. It's got a giant hole torn into one side of it. And off to the side of that, like the crescent moon and the magic star, you see Scilla spinning in space in a jumpsuit.
That's not good.
Fuck, Reg, you did it. You got it. You did it.
No, you did it.
I had nothing to do with that. That's all you.
Guys, I rolled the 4 dice, right? And I got a 2 6s and a 4, and then the third one rolled off the table and has disappeared. Now I'm
to the Universal Chao.
All I want to say is I'm not gonna look for it. I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go because I mean there's nothing on this floor right now. So now I feel as though who am I? Am I Reggie? Is this the cow? Okay, so we're in a lung. One might say we've found a nice inner space. All right, let's go get Scilla.
Get over there. Get over there.
Reggie does what he thinks is the appropriate thing to do to move a ship through the lung of, or whatever this is, towards the floating Scilla.
This will just be a piloting roll.
Perfect.
And it's actually fairly easy.
All right. Piloting airspace. No? Or is this like an adjacent, so it's a mind at a...
You are in some sort of substance, whether it's liquid or gaseous is a little hard to tell, but we're still going to call it, aerospace.
All right, cool. All right, let's see what this ship can do in this strange space. Well, okay, that's a 3 plus 2, 5?
Yeah. You maneuver close and Scilla is looking out her faceplate, gasping, and her eyes keep darting up to other things. You're not seeing what she's seeing. Inside the ship, there's like glitter, some sort of glitter that's like around the outside of this giant hole. Now, the giant hole is maybe like 12 feet in diameter, and it's as though a sphere that you cannot see is starting to merge with her ship. So the hole is growing, and at the edges, there's this glittering going on. It literally looks like sparkle glitter, like somebody's sprinkling glitter all around the edges of the hull that's being exposed. And you can see inside her ship. You can see the galley and the med bay. You don't see any people yet. And we have to go into action frames now because you're going to be losing your mind pretty soon. In fact, the moment it really gels on you, like Reggie's maneuvering the ship, and you're like, "Holy shit, we're inside the stomach of something," and it's so big, and that's just its stomach. So how big must this? This is when I need you both to make psyche rolls.
Oh, here we go. Nash is out. Can I add my psychology or no?
No. This is a straight.
Okay. No, that's fine. I just asked because I have it.
Roll the 6.
You know, it's one of those things like, all right, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We're going to get out of this. You know, that sort of thing.
Total? You want to beat a 4.
If it's a straight roll, I got a 3. If I could add my psychology, it's a 5.
Yeah, I will give you this psych ad.
Okay, thank you. There's a moment where Nash just like, you see him get like all fucking tense up and his eyes get real fucking big. He's like, no. I gotta get her.
You actually feel that. You would have lost it, and then your psychology training kicks in.
Reggie, you gotta get me close.
I think it makes sense because it's like, it's fathomable to be inside of a creature's stomach. At least with given everything you've seen. But I'm sorry, go ahead. What was that? What happened? I'm moving us closer. Yes.
Yeah, but it's like you're inside the stomach of a thing that's so big that, like, you know, like if this was your stomach, the size of the ship would be like, I mean, not even the size of a bite, like the size of an M&M.
Oh.
See, I think Reggie's totally okay with it. Like, this is a Tuesday for Reggie.
Today was like the worst day of your life, but to me, it was a Tuesday. That's from something. What is that from?
I don't know. I want to get you a T-shirt that says "The cow ate my dice."
Yeah, I want to find it, but I don't think I want to find it right now. Jesus.
All right. We're in action frame time, so everybody's got to tell me what they're doing.
I am maneuvering close to the ship, to the person,
Nash,
to Scilla.
Sorry. Nash yells to Kim, get a rope. I'm going to go out. Come with me.
Oh, did Kim make it? How's she doing?
Kim is totally fucking fine.
Okay.
That's no surprise.
Yeah, actually. I don't know.
As a matter of fact, she's already got the rope and she's clamping it down to an additional surface to make sure she's got the ability to pull and have some slack.
Nice.
Right.
She's ready, like Radar O'Reilly. She's there before you even told her to do it.
So he like turns around. He's like, "Good. Come on, let's go."
Yeah, everything looks good so far. So just I'm gonna maneuver in there and go get her, I guess.
Nash checks like all the fucking links on his suit and shit. And it's like,
okay, little Kim slaps a hook on you. She pulls off a couple meters of slack, puts your hand on it there, and puts her hand around yours. She's like, "You feel me tug, or I feel you tug, and you're coming right back in here."
All right, that's good.
And then she pounds the door button, and the door opens up. As the door opens up,
we're sucked out.
We're all dead.
Well, no, I mean, imagine you're moving fast. Okay, this all happened within just a few seconds, right? She clamps you on there, taps your hand, gives you the thumbs up, hits the button, and you step out the portal. As you step out the portal, Reggie is maneuvering the speed at or at a slow and controlled speed. So you're kind of floating out at the same speed as the ship, right?
Nice.
But that's not actually what seems to happen. What seems to happen is the moment Jack is clear of the ship, the third dimension disappears and everything is made of oil paint. You're in a painting and the third dimension is gone. And now you need to make psyche rolls again.
Fuck.
Shit. We've lost the third dimension. We need Buckaroo Banzai.
I rolled the 6, so that's either a 6 or an 8 if I get the psychology.
Yeah, we'll give you psychology from here on out, and
Okay.
that's a yes and. So what's good? What's the end?
Just based on a psych roll,
No, just something good right now.
something good as he steps out and realizes that it's has this oily kind of feels like he's in the painting. He just immediately takes to it and starts to swim towards Scilla.
You somehow, by moving your feet and hands, are able to move through this oily substance, which you realize you're also made of. And as you move forward, it's really weird. You see the paint at the leading edge of your arm changes color, but you're made of paint, same as the space you're moving through is made of paint. And then the trailing edge of your arm changes back to the blackness of the painting. And you're tripping out as you're watching the molecules change color as you move forward, like bit by bit by bit in an animated bitmap at slow speed. But you are aiming exactly in the right direction. And in front of you, Scilla is looking straight at you. Her mouth opens up in a big O. Her eyes are wide. You think she can see you.
Okay, and Nash is in the headset. He's like, Reggie, we're in your fucking painting, man.
This is the moment where you wish that your ship was equipped with Waldos.
With Waldos?
I feel like I should know what that is.
Yeah, what was it?
That's things you put your arms inside, and then on the outside, these big mechanical arms do whatever whatever you're doing.
Make a note. Waldos next time. I'm writing it down right now because that seems awesome.
Just pilot the ship, man. Just pilot the ship.
Okay, I'm piloting. Yes.
All right, do your pilot roll.
I hate to do this, but we both had to make psych rolls for this whole painting thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I rolled a 4. If I can use my lucid dreaming, it's a 2. I'm no grasping at straws, but I did roll a 4.
You can use your lucid dreaming.
Okay, then it's a 6.
Okay, good. So, you feel like you're about to throw up.
God.
You've experienced many, many weird things, but this is different somehow. This is like the coremost part of you is starting to unravel. Like you can feel your ego somehow unraveling. And for the first time ever, you start to worry that it may never reassemble. You may literally just fall apart. And then you realize that this reality, although almost entirely unpredictable, is made of the same shit that your dream realities are made of.
Hell yeah.
And that's when your lucid dreaming training kicks in.
I just had a fucking... Oh my God. Okay. So I'm gonna make a piloting roll then. That's what I'll do next.
No, because you succeeded. You've already succeeded.
I did it. Yes.
I'm gonna give you that as the and.
Okay. Oh, perfect. I'll take it.
But you need to tell me what exactly you were trying to do. Were you headed toward the hole in the ship? Were you headed towards Scilla?
Scilla first, and then
because you already ejected Jack out the side door, and he's headed straight towards Scilla.
All right. Yeah. Well, I did feel like it was probably like that. That was probably going to have to happen anyway, right? We were going to be ejecting him anyway, but like I just figured we'll shorten the distance of the rope. And then we'll deal with the ship after we get Scilla.
Okay, so you're going kind of around side of him.
Yes. Yeah, kind of like, yes. Yeah.
All right, so you are moving along slowly, and you're inside your own painting right now, and that feels totally okay. You totally, this makes sense to you.
I feel great.
You know how to manipulate the paint. In fact, you're lucid dreaming of the great brush that is in your hand, up in one reality up.
Damn.
That's fucked up shit.
So, all right, let's do this. I should have really thought about this. I should have come to this. You know what? Let's just focus on getting Scilla inside. But I think next time, all right, I know what's going to happen next. All right, so let's do that. That's what Reggie does. He maneuvers in a position so that like it's a lot shorter of a rope to pull when he gets hands on Scilla.
Reggie, I can hear everything you're saying. It's really freaking me out, man.
I know, right? It's crazy. It's like everything is different, but it's all the same. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. But
all right, well,
fuck.
Let's just sort of let's save the human person, and then we can all talk about it.
All right. So Nash just keeps swimming. And then when he gets close enough, he'll try to wrap her up and then jerk himself.
You also hear a little Kim every once in a while in your ear. She just checks in. How you doing, boss?
All right, I'm all right. I don't know about Reggie.
No,
almost there.
It's all good.
She's like, who has ever known about Reggie, huh? Come on, stay with me. Stay with me. Okay. Now we're going into another frame. That's one panel, and you feel almost as though one painting is finished, and there's a sense of movement, like the entire universe is pulled to one side. You feel the entire universe going somehow, and it's stacked in with a whole bunch of other paintings. And if you look up above, you can see the back of the next painting coming down on top of this painting.
All right. Okay. Are we doing?
So I wonder if she was watching Reggie that whole time. So she was looking up at.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I did this.
Okay. Reggie.
Yes.
Recently.
Oh no! There's dice rolling.
Yeah. Yes.
Recently, you had a dream.
Oh no! Yeah.
And it was about a road or a path or a traveling. Tell me what that was.
Before did I actually say this, or is this like this is what's happening now? Did I tell you about a dream that I had, or am I gonna make it up right now?
You're gonna make it up right now.
Yes. Okay. All right. A dream about a road that I was traveling on. All right.
Something like to do with that. Yeah.
It was like a road. There was like trees all around, but every time I tried to like look at a tree, it was just nothing. It was just like an open field. So it was like I could see the forest, but not the trees.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of like an inverse. But the road itself was like made of a darkness, but it was a very hard road, and it kept going on and on and on, and straight, and then it would begin to narrow, and then it would get wide, and it was sort of like one of those 3-lane highways that you see, and then it would get narrow again, and then pretty soon it was almost too narrow to even walk upon, and then you're on like a tightrope, you know, or like a balance beam. And then as you continue to walk, then the balance beam would start to dip, and then all of a sudden, all sense of space would just sort of just be gone. And then you would be trying to balance on this beam that would be dipping down low into different types of liquids or substances. And then you'd be swimming up it. And then after a while, you just sort of realize that you were on a rail, and you were being you were being driven in just all sorts of different directions, and then it was your mind, and then it would start to splinter off, but you just couldn't have the mental capacity to make the decision upon which road to take. And then white light.
Everything that you just said happens to everyone. You feel that the big painting above you come down stacked on top of this painting, and you get a weird feeling of like loneliness and permanence, and maybe years go by as these two paintings are stacked together, and then suddenly you're not in a painting anymore. You are a little like you're a little toy-like version of yourself, but your feet are fused together, and underneath them you're connected to a rail. And Jack, you feel this, and Reggie, you feel this, and you assume little Kim feels it, because you look up and you see all of you are these little toys running on rails, almost like little toy soldiers, kind of stiff, their feet fused together on a wheel that's running them down a rail. And these rails keep splitting off into different directions, and you see little Kim go down one way and Reggie goes down a different way, and there's Scilla. She's right up there in front of Nash, and her track is running parallel to Nash's track. He's reaching out and he's trying to grab her. And nobody is wearing a suit. In fact, you're all dressed like it's a day at the beach.
Reggie, what the fuck? What the hell's going on?
I need everybody to make a psyche roll again.
Make your psyche roll.
Okay, beat 4. You get your ad.
I got a 5.
6, so 8.
Okay. Reggie, that's a yes and. Give me something good.
Yes and
like whatever you wish would happen.
Well, I would like to be able to communicate that. I'd like to nudge the rails that everybody's on, so that not immediately, but at some point they all diverge into one.
That is exactly what you see right up ahead of you. All of your paths are going to diverge at one. It looks like Scilla and Nash first, and then you, and then Kim. And
just don't worry. Oh, go ahead.
And then the Orbgasm, which is like a small version of itself running on a rail all of its own. Nash.
Yes.
You're a little toy version of yourself running on a rail. Your legs are fused together, and your rails are splitting and diverging in different directions. But right alongside of you is another rail, and it's got Scilla on it, and she's wearing this nice bathing suit. She doesn't have flashy implants in her tits. Instead, she looks like she's wearing like a. She looks like there's a spammer calling on the phone. You hear this kind of computer voice, female computer voice speaking in the distance.
Oh, no.
You can't really tell what they're talking about, but something about call your mother. And you made your psyche roll, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay. So for some reason this doesn't shock you, but it reminds you that you haven't spoken to your parents in a while. And then you snap back to reality and realize that Scylla's right within grasp if you can make a grace roll.
Oh, God, I hope so. All right, what's my grace there? 3. I guess stealth's not going to help me, right?
No.
Oh, I rolled a 6.
Yay!
Nice. That's a yes and. You grabbed her by the hand and what?
I pull her over to me, so I've got her wrapped up.
You somehow managed to pull her right off her rail. And the moment you do that, she's got 2 normal legs. But her legs won't fit on your wheel. So you just have to hold her because she's screaming.
Yeah. I'm like, it's all right. I got you. Just wrap your legs around me.
All right. She is in wide-eyed panic. She is in inhuman panic. She has never experienced the kind of weird shit you guys have.
Can I try to use psychology to get her settled down?
I don't think you have enough time.
Okay. Yeah. It's all
you
happening
can
fast.
you can see up above though that all of your rails seem to converge at a point just up ahead of you. And let's go for the next frame.
He just yells out, Reg, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it looks like we're coming together. If that means something to you.
It means everything to me.
God damn it.
And the rails come closer together, and you see that the next rail that's going to merge with you slightly from behind is Reggie. And now you don't see the Malkuth with Reggie in it, or the Marduk rather. You don't see the Marduk with Reggie in it. Instead, you see Reggie on one track and the Marduk on another, and little Kim on another one. Like every individual object gets its own track. So the next merger is going to be the track with Reggie on it is going to merge with the track that's got Nash carrying Scilla on it. That's the frame we're heading into right now. And as that happens, you all don't have to make a psyche roll, and it dawns on you in different ways that for the last 10 seconds as these tracks headed toward each other, everything seemed like locked into place. It's a feeling you remember from the planet Earth, where you can trust that reality is stable. That's a feeling you were missing for a minute, and suddenly you have it. Like somehow Reggie forced all these tracks to become more real than the past few seconds have been. It's now been several seconds without things constantly morphing, and you realize Reggie's doing it. Like you're somehow in Reggie's thoughts, and that's making all of this happen.
I feel like the Reggie figure is the Reggie figure wearing the diaper.
Oh, yes.
He's in his natural state.
Yeah. I think Reggie is wearing the diaper. The moment you have that thought, Reggie's wearing the diaper. And as this track gets closer to you, Reggie gets bigger and bigger and bigger, until it's like you're child size and he's adult size. Your tracks merge, and Reggie just scoops you up. So now Reggie is carrying Nash, who's carrying Scilla.
I've got you.
Thanks, man.
And the next thing that's going to happen is you guys are going to intersect with the track that's got the Marduk on it, and everything remains stable and almost peaceful for a moment. As Nash, you look down, and the reassuring words of Reggie, "I've got you," are like echoing through the universe.
And it shows up, right?
Gravity
it's almost
waves,
like graffiti that kind of like scrolls up in front of us.
Yeah. Like the title credits at the beginning of a Star Wars film.
Yeah.
Start rolling up. I've got you. And you realize you're in like some sort of Saturday morning cartoon or something that's completely being dreamed of by Reggie. Like you exist inside Reggie's mind right now. You are, maybe you always did. Maybe everything that's ever happened has been Reggie dreaming that it happened. Maybe you're not real at all.
Oh my God.
Well, that's hard.
And that's when the track with the Marduk on it fuses with your track, and suddenly the Marduk is holding Reggie, which is holding Nash, who's holding Scilla. And you're all in. Fuck? Now you're all inside the Marduk, and I need everybody give me a word, just the first word that jumps to your mind. Nash?
Fuck.
Fuck. Reggie?
Happy trees. That's 2 words.
That's okay. All right. So you tumble into the ship, and you look at each other, and you all see each other as normal size, but now the ship lurches to a halt. And around you are trees.
Oh, no.
With smiling human faces.
Oh, no.
Nash fucking
no.
loses his shit.
And they're all humping on each other.
Listen.
And one of them wants to hump the ship. A tree begins coming at you. It's got this gigantic erection, a giant wooden erection. And it's coming straight for the ship.
This one's my fault.
Everybody
No.
Everybody make a psyche roll.
This one's
This
my
where it
bad.
falls apart.
I got overconfident.
Oh no shit! I got an 8. Wow.
Oh boy. Unless we might have an issue here. All right, I got a 5. 3 plus 2.
Nash, this is a yes and. All right. You have to move fast because this giant wooden erection threatens to puncture the hull of your ship. This tree wants to fuck your ship.
It's all very literal.
You get one action. What is it?
He jumps into what the fuck you call those things, woodies or something,
Woodies.
and like fucking punches the tree, like they're just there.
They're just happy accidents.
Yeah, it's a giant wooden woody. Okay,
well, go ahead.
All right, there's going to be a grace roll. You can add any martial arts or related skills that you have.
Sweet. I have that at +2.
You need to beat a 4.
I rolled a 6, so that's an 8.
That is a yes and. Whoops, wrong dude.
He like jumps to the side of the ship. He puts his arm in and just takes a big, huge fucking swing at it, and it just like shatters the tree. And he's like, "You don't control me anymore."
Oh, no.
Little Kim is looking at you out the door now. She's not far away. Or rather from the door. So you're all inside the ship. You jump outside the ship, punch the tree, it shatters to bits. Little Kim grabs the rope and pulls you back in. And at that moment, everything changes again.
He beat the devil out of it. Another Bob Ross. Yeah.
All right. She pulls you back in. You tumble into the hold of the ship. The trees outside are still like banging each other, but none of them are trying to fuck the ship anymore. At this moment, you look up.
Close your eyes.
You gonna close the door? Somebody gonna close the door?
Oh, yeah.
Little Kim will close the door.
Yeah, I assume Little Kim's probably got her wits about her.
Okay, so she slams a button, the door slams shut, and you look around the room. There's Little Kim, there's Reggie, there's Nash, there's Scilla, and there's Steve-O. Steve-O is standing there, and he's like, "Thanks, you guys! Shit! I thought I was dead!"
Oh, yes.
What the fuck?
Oh, you're probably the only one. Oh, this is so good, Steve-O. Wait a minute. Are you really here?
Steve-O is there, and he's wearing a slip suit. And Scilla looks at him, and she gives him a hug. She's like, "I thought you were dead."
Uh-oh. Oh, she hired Steve-O.
Nash just kind of like hangs his head and like, "That makes
This
sense
is
now."
amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah, our paths cross again, huh?
Oh, God, this is wonderful.
You dude, look, I'm sorry. I fucked up. But, let's get out of here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we should probably get out of here, right? I guess the Orbgasm is probably done, right? No good?
You forget it, Reg. Can you get us the fuck back out of here?
Oh, I'm sure I can. Sure. Why not?
At this moment, you feel the Marduk is moving again.
I didn't do that.
Get back up there. Get back up there.
I'm there. Yes,
Okay.
I'm there.
Nash,
Yes.
you just thought of something completely unrelated. What was it?
I don't think I fed the cat before we left.
Oh, no. Awesome. That's beautiful.
The Marduk is moving again. You realize that it's being pulled up into the air. You turn to look out the viewing portal. There's a bunch of mud and slime, some sort of wet, meaty substance all over the ship. And then you lurch up and into, oh my God, you're in Jasper's mouth.
Reg, don't let him eat us, Reg. That can't be
your
good.
whole ship is really small, and it's inside Jasper's food dish. And Jasper just licked it up, and your ship is like the size of a morsel of food, and you've just gone inside your cat's mouth.
Oh, fuck.
This is like an inner space.
Everybody make a psyche roll.
Okay, good.
Oh, I got another 8.
7. 7 for Reggie.
It's okay. It's Jasper. He wouldn't hurt us.
You feel the ship and all of the food that you're surrounded with goes sliding down the throat of the cat and into its belly. Now, Reggie, special psyche roll for you.
Okay. Five straight up. If with lucid dreaming, it's 7.
Yeah, you can apply lucid dreaming. You've been here before. Something about eating yourself. The reason you were eating yourself was to get into your own stomach acid so that your stomach acid could dissolve you. The ship is sliding into the cat's stomach acid, and that makes everything okay.
Totally. It's all good. This is fine.
Scilla is looking around to see where she can strap herself in, and meanwhile she's explaining to Nash that if we can get the Orbgasm, I mean that's a $200 million vessel, baby. I didn't know Steve-O was gonna fuck up.
Oh no, Steve-O! Don't blame it on Steve-O.
Did you talk to him before you went out? How did you not? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Reg, do you think we could get? We can't get the Orbgasm.
Right now, Reggie is sort of focused on his belly, and he's rubbing his belly because that's where the stomach acid is.
This is going to be good.
We're inside the big stomach that's dissolving us, but inside me, there's a little stomach right here, and it dissolves everything. That's what the world is, really. It's the whole universe is all just stuff dissolving in stomachs, and inside that there's another stomach that's dissolving other stuff, and that stuff is made of whole universes which are dissolving other things in their stomachs.
It's just like a never-ending cycle of stomach digestion.
Reg, are you with me? Reggie,
of course. Yeah. Do you understand the digestive system and how it? I need you to know. I need you to understand. It's universes upon universes, just consuming and digesting.
I don't know. I don't know. You eat, you poop. I don't know, dude. Like,
exactly. You eat, you poop. Science.
He turns to little Kim. Kim, what do you think? It looks busted, yeah?
The moment you turn to little Kim, the ship turns into a theater, and you all are standing on the stage, and there's nobody out in the audience, but the hall is dark and the spotlights are on you, and you realize you're all wearing like garter belts and bustiers and push-up bras, and your faces have been painted white with exaggerated makeup, so you're all like looking like drag pantomime, and you're all wet because there's a pool just at the edge of the stage, and you remember climbing up out of it and then stumbling around, and here you all are in wet drag, dripping on stage, and you know you're supposed to sing.
The ice cream truck. Ice cream truck?
Is this your thing, man? Like, is all of this in your... Reg, are you the representation of the Universal Cow? Tell me that's not what's happening right now.
And Scilla says, there it is. And she points up, and there's the Orbgasm, or rather what looks like a model of the Orbgasm, maybe 2 meters across. And it's coming down on a wire, like a prop. From
the Phantom of the Opera
stage. It's coming towards you as it descends on a wire.
It's the chandelier.
Nash tries to grab it.
Make a grace roll. It's actually pretty easy.
We're supposed to let it crash into us.
Beat a 3.
I rolled 2 4s. I don't know if I add anything or not.
So you do, yeah. So you do grab it, and now you're holding a big sphere. It's much bigger than you. It's like 2 meters across, but it's light like a beach ball. And you can see where the damage in the hull is, and you can look inside the beach ball and see several different floors and the medical bays and the pilot's chairs. You're holding a big fucking model of your girlfriend's spaceship. And Reggie, what are you doing?
Expecting the chandelier to crash into us, a la Phantom of the Opera.
But Nash is grabbing it.
Oh, you've grabbed the chandelier! You've interrupted the play!
Can you do anything with this?
Yeah, sure. Reggie tries to climb inside of it.
Lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming roll.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
So that's psyche plus lucid dreaming skill.
That's oh boy. Oh, for 6. 4 plus 2, 6. That was almost bad.
All right, so I need to get some more coffee. What happens is Reggie kind of gets smaller as he climbs into the model of the ship. So from Reggie's perspective, now the ship is the right size, and he's inside it, and he's looking at all of the damage at the edge of where this big hole has been ripped a couple floors deep in the hull. I'm going to go get coffee and let you think, Reggie, about what the and is, because it was a yes and.
You fix the ship.
I'm gonna convince the ship to fix itself.
I stopped taking notes because this whole episode is so fucked up.
I gotta try to bring it back to the painting thing, because I've got a I don't know how he wants to end this, but I've got a great little, I want to end it a certain way. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a trip.
Are you the representation of the multiversal cow? What? Oh! This is trippy as fuck.
Mm-hmm. I thought for sure that the if I could have failed it intentionally, I would have. Although I guess I could have said I rolled like a 2, right?
I've had 3 rolls in a row that have been like it was gonna go bad, but because of the lucid dreaming plus 2s.
Yeah. Well, the psychology's really been helping me, but Nash has got the whole plant tree thing, so
yes,
I figured that was going to be a deal breaker.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to convince the ship to fix itself and that it's time to go home.
That's fair. Don't eat the microphone.
And we can't forget the Marduk, because the Marduk will fit inside. It will.
Yeah. Of course, we could always just push Steve-O out and then be done with
it. Well, you watch your mouth. Steve-O is a treasure.
So Nash has grabbed this big prop Orbgasm. Reggie has sort of leapt over and climbed inside it, getting smaller as he climbs inside it, so that now Nash is holding the prop vessel, which is holding Reggie, and
I speak with the ship and convince it to fix yourself. Fix yourself now, and then let's go get everyone in the Marduk and let's go home. Knit yourself back together.
The ship has a sexy and sultry male voice.
Of course it does.
And
I will call him Richard.
It says, I think I may be able to do that with your help.
Of course, I'm here at your disposal, Richard.
Okay, and it's time for a new frame, because you actually have already made your lucid dreaming roll this time. Okay, so everything kind of changes. You all feel like you're the right size. Like Reggie isn't small anymore, but no one is on a stage anymore either. Everyone is sort of floating, suspended in like a jello-like substance. It's a little difficult to move, and there are big pieces of fruit floating also in the jello with you. You're all wearing your suits, so you're fine. But it is a little difficult to move. Now, Reggie is way, way over there next to the Orbgasm, which is the right size, so it's now like 20 meters across. But he's quite far from Nash and Kim. What do you do?
I grab if Scylla's still next to me, I grab her and I radio to Kim and I'm like, swim for it. We gotta swim.
Okay, you're gonna have to make a might roll to do anything that seems like grabbing, because this stuff has some resistance to it.
All right. Can I add my Krav Maga?
You're a piece of fruit floating in jello. Yes, you can add your Krav Maga.
That would give me a 6.
Right, you do manage to push through it and grab her, but like even using all your like knowledge of musculature and muscle mass, strength and grace, you still can't move your arm much faster than like this.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is well, it's like jello. And by the way, it's orange.
Oh, we're back to this now.
So you do grab her by the wrist, and let's see if she can manage to do the same. She does manage to do the same to Steve-O. So now you've got a human chain, you and Scilla and Steve-O, all grasping each other. And now we cut back over to Reggie, who had just told the Marduk to fix itself. And at that moment, Reggie, you realize that if this is all your dream, then you telling the Marduk to fix itself is actually you telling you to tell yourself to tell the Marduk
to fix me.
And that means you need to make another lucid dreaming.
Yes. We'll do this together, Richard. That's a 6, 8, 6, 7, 8.
Whoa. Wait. The best total is 8?
My top is an 8. Yeah, it's a 6 plus 2, 8. Yep.
Okay. That's a yes, but so yes, you command yourself to command the Marduk to, not the Marduk, the Orbgasm to fix itself, and you do see the walls sort of back into place, creeping together.
That's right.
Right, until they fuse together as one thing. But you notice that just as it gets down to the barest little pinpoint point, a tiny little drop of something pink comes in and drips onto the floor, and then the wall closes up.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Okay, well, that's going to be something. we'll have to deal with.
And you actually are much better off than everybody else. You're still actually inside the vessel. The other three are outside of the Marduk, which is somewhere else out there in the jello. So now I guess the question is, which direction is the human chain gonna go?
Can we
You can go toward the Orbgasm, which is farther away, but that's where Reggie is. Or you can go this way toward the Marduk, which is closer.
Is little Kim in the Marduk, or is she out with us?
Little Kim is out with you. And actually, she is on the other side of the Marduk.
So I don't see her. So I'm like, little Kim, where are you at?
But you can see her over the tail of the vessel. She's
Oh,
up
okay,
there
so she's
floating
like-
next to it like a square. It looks like a piece of peach that's been diced into squares. There's a peach square right next to her.
I'm like, Lil Kim, see if you can get inside the Marduk. We're gonna make it over that way.
You do have radio communication. Little Kim still has control of her mind. Roger that. I think I should do when I get inside.
Can you fly that thing?
Can she fly that thing?
I assume not, but
I gave everybody their skills, so I'm just checking. No, she cannot fly that thing.
just keep the home fires burning.
In this game, anybody could try anything, but her chances of succeeding are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so Roger that, and now the next frame begins. Okay, John Alpha, look at your character sheet.
Okay.
First word that catches your eye, say it.
Survival forest.
Okay. And John Beta, look at your character sheet. First word that
Yes.
catches your eye, say it.
Oh man, dark matter, dark matter.
Survival forest and dark matter.
Yes.
Okay.
Shit.
The ships are gone, your suits are gone, your clothes are gone, everybody's naked. You're in a dark forest, and something disgusting, something dark and wet and disgusting is being dropped upon you or raining upon you from above, which is making the muddy, gross ground. It stinks. It's dead flesh, not only dead, but rotten flesh, awful dung piled upon you, and it's up to your shin, and it's raining shit and filth and disgusting rotting meat
Good.
on all of your naked bodies, and the ships are nowhere to be seen.
This is just.
And if you don't figure out something to do soon, it'll be up past your mouth in a minute.
Are we like in an open forest?
Yeah.
Climb.
Reggie flushes the toilet.
All right. Hang on for the toilet flush.
Okay.
Climbing for the trees. Okay. So you're shouting climb. I imagine you're doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a grace roll. Do you have athletic skill that might apply?
I do, but he would assist or push Scilla up before he climbed.
Oh, and you are still holding Scilla by the wrist, and she's got Steva.
All right,
But you're all naked.
Yeah, I separate her, and I'm like, go.
Her tits are flashing.
He's momentarily distracted.
Okay, so grace roll. Oh, you know what? And everybody has to make a psyche roll.
Sure. Yes, because of the shit. Yes.
Oh, 4.
4, 6. 6.
I got a good thing for a failure.
Do you?
Maybe.
Good, because this was a yes, but.
Oh, yes, but okay. I was going to say he starts to slip into some kind of a flashback where they had sent them sort of on a mission where there had been previous combat, and as they were, like trying to work, through a position and like dig in, they dug in and they found the bloated corpses of a previous, firefight or whatever. So like as I started to like dig in foxholes, they just like hit, a layer of bodies. So it kind of like jars him back to that sort of thing.
That is disgusting. And you head toward the nearest tree and scramble up it. And as you look down, because you lost grip on Scilla, and you hear her screaming because amidst the dung and waste and filth that's raining down upon you all, you see dozens of bloated corpses. Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying that Reggie, he just goes over and flushes the toilet.
This is a lucid dreaming roll.
Yeah. I've got this. That's that's an 8. That's an 8 again. My Little Pony dice. Minus one die.
Reggie turns to his side, and there is a toilet sitting right there in the middle of the fucking forest. And he goes over and he flushes it because he knows that we're inside the dream of him dreaming all of this. So when he flushes the toilet, we're going to be inside that toilet bowl that goes down, and all this flush is going to be gone.
Yeah.
But that's not what happens. Instead, what happens is he pulls the handle on the toilet, and pink slime comes flying up out of the toilet, and it won't stop. It's spraying, and it's all over Reggie. And the strange thing is, Reggie, it feels kind of good. It reminds you of being dissolved in stomach acid.
Oh, nice. Oh, this is good. Okay. Oh, I can get into this. Well, I thought I was going to do something else. That's my bad. But this feels kind of nice.
Reggie.
Yes.
A couple months ago, your brother died.
Yes.
You're now covered in pink stuff. The forest has disappeared. You see the steel floors and walls of what seems to be the John on board a military vessel. And you've just flushed the toilet, and this pink stuff is flowing out of it. And you look around the room to see if there's a rail or something you can grab onto, because it's all slippery and slimy. And somebody hands you a steel bar to hold onto, and it's your brother. And he's dead.
Oh no. Reggie looks around. He looks around, surprised. Oh, where's? Did I give him a name?
You realize that this is a vessel, the Gilgamesh. This was the first military vessel you ever served on. This is a toilet that you've used many times, and you don't know what's with this pink stuff that won't stop coming out of the toilet, but it's starting to dissolve the floors and walls, and it sticks out a pseudopod like it wants to dissolve you and your brother, tentatively reaching out toward you.
Reggie just lunges towards his brother and grabs him and tries to get him out of the stall.
All right, I need a grace roll from you.
I cannot fucking remember if I gave him a name. I don't remember the brother's name. Guys, that's Do I add anything? Fighting stuff? Probably not.
No.
So that would be a 5.
Okay, you grab your brother and pull him out of the pink stuff to the other side of the room. You're seriously worried now because you can see that it's dissolving the floor and part of the wall. And if it can dissolve the wall, then it could dissolve the outer hull. And if it dissolved the outer hull, what would happen to everyone on board? And your brother, who is no longer dead but now alive, is hugging you back and crying.
Okay, it's fine. It's all right. We're gonna be fine. We need to go get topside. Reggie just picks him up and just starts finding a staircase to head up, to go up.
You go down the hall, and at the end of the hall, not 30 feet away, is a spiral staircase heading up to the command deck.
We take it.
Okay, and we cut back over to Nash and the other group. You see Reggie flush a toilet, and you feel like your reality is dripping away. But then everything stabilizes, and from your point of view, you're in a nicely appointed, like old-fashioned banquet hall. You're all wearing fancy clothes like tuxedo. Scilla is wearing a luxurious evening gown, and there are waiters sitting at your side who are pulling out chairs and beckoning for you to sit down. You've been invited to a formal dinner.
Nash looks around, sort of, askance at everything, like, what the fuck now? He says to Scilla, he says, sit close to me. He says, look him, stay close to, what the fuck's his name?
Steve-O.
Stay close to Steve-O.
Now, Steve-O, by the way, is fucking hysterical because he's got beads in braids in his beard, and he's got like a weird spiritual tattoo on his forehead and dreadlocks. He's like the white boy, dreadlock, spiritual weirdo, but he's wearing a tuxedo. He's got a little bow tie. So he's particularly funny looking. I recommend that you laugh because you're not going to be laughing in a minute.
Oh, no.
Steve-O looks ridiculous, and the waiters gesture for you all to sit down, so everybody sits down. And then at the end of the table, you see your host. And suddenly the end of the table comes very, very close to you. He's right there, and it's Bento. And Bento is wearing a purple velvet smoking jacket on top of fancy menswear. And he holds up a glass of wine, and he says, I've got you now. Oh. You see, I was watching the whole time.
Boss?
And he gets larger and larger, and his mouth opens up. And you realize that he's going to swallow you whole. Okay, next frame. Everybody make a psyche roll.
6. Well, 8 with the psychology.
8. Nailing it.
Reggie.
Yes.
You just had a completely unrelated thought. What was that about?
It was about, oh shit, I should have stayed to get rid of the pink stuff. Oh wait, completely unrelated thought. I left all my paint cans open. In my painting room.
You're suddenly in your painting room, and all of your paint cans are open. Christopher, we going with that?
My brother. I'm calling him Christopher.
Yeah, your brother is no longer there. You are stepping back from a painting of Christopher that you've just finished, and you almost got it right. But then something disturbing happens. You realize as you step back that there are these wires and tubes coming out the back of the painting, and these tubes go up to a big machine above you, and these levers come down into your shoulder blades, and you realize that you never had any free will, that this is just a big circle where the machine makes you paint your brother, and as you paint your brother, that feeds into the wires that tell the machine that make you paint your brother.
That's cool.
Okay, so you just get sort of stuck in that machine flow for a little while.
Definitely Reggie gets a little lost here.
Okay, and which makes total sense. And Nash, you just had a completely unrelated thought. What was it?
Oh, fuck. I wonder how my old neighbor George is doing.
Nice.
You and everyone else are standing on the front doorstep at George's house.
He knocks on the door. It's like, huh.
Okay. The door opens up, and John Beta,
Yes.
tell me one detail about what they see through the door.
They're looking. Oh, they're okay. All right. Well, they're looking through the door. They're seeing the back of Reggie painting the picture of his brother with all the stuff in the present form, but they can't get through because they're in a painting that's behind him.
Right, that's exactly what's happening, and you're once again back in that stack of paintings. So the painting of the group standing on the door is in a painting, and when you open the door, it's another painting, and that painting is of Reggie painting a painting of his brother.
But I'm not looking that way. I'm lost in this brother thing.
Okay, and Nash, add one more detail.
Hanging on the wall above where Reggie is painting is the original painting that Nash saw Scilla floating in the chaos.
You look to your left somehow, and you see the original painting, because Scilla, who was standing right here beside you, is now in it, way over there, swirling away and getting smaller and smaller in the painting that she's in. Somehow her painting just peeled off from yours, but you can look at hers, and she's falling away. And that's when everything changes again. Nash, you feel a horrible feeling that you haven't had for a long time. You've suppressed it. You've kept yourself busy. You've been dating and screwing and going on day trips, but you suddenly remember what it was like when you realized that you were responsible for the failure of that mission so many years ago.
Oh boy. Oh no.
And that you are responsible for this here because you're the captain. Your crew is separated. She's back in the painting, falling away again. You're right back where you started, but now you and Reggie are separated. And it's all your fault. You're a failure. You're never going to make it back to Earth.
It's my fault again. You can't keep it together. Every time I try to do something, it goes wrong. It goes wrong all the time. I'm not worth anything.
Give me a psyche roll, but you can't add your psych skill right now.
Yep. 2 4s.
That's a yes, but you're holding it together, but you're not
really
really
wants to drink.
You're not really holding it together. Oh, as a matter of fact, there's a bottle in your hand.
Oh no.
I think the camera cuts away as like he looks down and the bottle's there, and you just see the bottle coming up, and then it cuts away.
Okay. Now I'm back to Reggie. What was that thing you just thought about?
Do we want to know?
Well, what I just thought about was staring at the painting of my, and the fact that I'm stuck in this loop here. I thought about taking, I don't know if this is just regular water when they do this or if it's some sort of a solution, but you put at the top of the painting and everything just sort of melts and slides down, still just erasing everything. So I go to do that. I go to reach it and just do it on the painting of my brother, and then however far I can get, I will do it to every painting in the room.
Yeah, well, actually, you just had the thought of doing that,
Mm-hmm.
and then as soon as you had the thought, you're actually doing it. There's no time in between, and the painting washes away, and beneath it is just white, the whitest white, and you see this is 100% effective, right? It's just dripping away into a big white rectangle. The problem is, as it goes, you feel a corresponding draining going down within yourself. It's a little bit smaller than you. It is the exact size and shape of your brother, and it leaves a hole in you. Not literally, but you can feel, as soon as the painting is completely clear and just you're looking at a big white, as though there's a big square light panel right in front of you beaming whiteness at you. And you feel a hole in your life the size of your brother that will never be filled.
Yep.
We're back to Nash. Everybody is filled with sadness. Nash realizes he's a failure. Reggie realizes his brother's really gone forever. The feeling of sadness is reflecting off of the atmosphere. The scenes that you were previously in are fading away. You're floating in black, inky space. Beneath you is Floor. You guys are on the Marduk. Reggie is on the Orbgasm. Maybe half a mile separates the two vessels. You're in your normal consciousness. You're in your normal body. And the world is terribly, terribly sad. And for the first time ever, Nash, you see little Kim slump down on the floor and start to cry.
He just kind of stands there, mouth agape, because he's, reeling from, his feelings of failure. And, he looks at little Kim crying and just, thinks even more like I let the team down. I let her down. And he kind of takes a couple of awkward steps towards her and, kind of like puts her in an embrace. And then
she puts her hand up before you get there. She looks up and her eyes are just fucking streaming with tears. She's got her hand up to block you. She says, "Don't you fucking come near me. You did this.
Aww.
My mind's fucking gone. We're never making it back. What have you done to my mind?"
I don't know, but you're right. It's my fault. It's always my fault. She looks up at him and he's crying.
Reggie,
Yes.
you are alone on the passenger deck of the Orbgasm, which is completely healed. It's back in operational order. You're floating in inky blackness, and if you look out one of the many viewports, you can see the Marduk.
Just sort of mindlessly, I'm just gonna pilot the Orbgasm over to the Marduk to go get it.
All right. Go ahead and make a piloting roll. This is a quality ship, actually. You get a +1, and what you're doing is pretty easy anyway. You just need to beat a 4.
7.
Okay. That's a yes and. I'm going to tell you what the and is. You turn the sphere so that the docking bay is facing the Marduk. And, if you wish, you can just surround the Marduk and take it within.
I wish.
That's exactly what happens. Nash, you guys have fallen to the floor about 6 feet away from each other, both of you crying hysterically. And you're aware that Scilla and Stevo are also crying, probably about their own personal, individual shame and sadness, whatever that may be. You're all completely fucking devastated. It's the lowest you've ever felt in your life. And you feel a clank, clank, and you realize that the ship has struck surface.
He just kind of looks around, sort of bewildered, and kind of like shakily gets to his feet and goes to look. I guess our door is still open.
Now Kim closed it.
Oh, that's right. She closed it. Yeah. So he goes to do we have like viewports on the side of it? There's like a window.
Only in front.
He runs to the cockpit.
Yeah. Let's see. There's 2. So there's an upper and a lower.
Yeah, he goes to the cockpit anyway, because maybe Reggie's in there. Like he doesn't.
Yeah, you realize where you are. You're inside the shuttle bay of the Orbgasm.
He kind of heel to his eye, and he's kind of like wiping his face, and he taps the comm. He's like, Reg,
Psyche roll from everybody.
Fuck.
He got us. I rolled 3 6s.
So I got a 5
Sweet.
with the psychology.
Okay, so you're both hanging on to it right now. The feeling of sadness is gone. It's replaced by that little sliver of hope that you usually carry with you in dark times. You may just make it out of this.
Rich, talk to me.
Okay. All right. So, okay. If I may, then, all Reggie says was, "Okay, I'm gonna need you for this last part, for this next part, Nash."
What? You can't trust me to do anything, Reg.
No, you gotta come up. You gotta come up here.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm on my way.
All right. So, unless anything else happens, can I say that the deck of the Orbgasm is just Reggie's painting room, and it's got all the white canvases, and I have a painting going that's kind of like the polar opposite of the one that he stared into the first time.
Well, that would be a lucid dreaming roll.
Yeah, that's what I want to try to create. Okay.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yes, you can. Please do. Yes.
Can I ask why you didn't just opt to jump home?
Well, I was trying to do I was trying to have it where we use his imagery to get here, So now we're going to use what he sees in the painting to get home.
Give me a roll.
Okay. Well, I rolled the lucid dreaming thing, and I rolled a 5 plus 2, 7. If that's okay. I thought that would be kind of cute.
And tell me again what you were trying to make.
So it's just a room full of like the white, basically the room that I was just in when I emptied everything out that they saw me in. And then there's the new canvas.
So it's your painting room back at home.
My painting room back at home. That's like the pilot deck there, the deck. I don't know words. And the painting that I'm doing is I'm using the opposite colors of like the black and that miasmic purple. It's just I'm using opposite color wheel type things to try and reverse engineer the roadmap that I used to get here, and then use the imagery that Nash gets in it as the roadmap to get out.
So it's a white painting with barely discernible bits of other colors in it, and
it's a little more positive. It's like a little more like I was trying.
Is Scilla in the painting?
Well, she wasn't in it the first time. That's just what Nash saw. Okay. In his like hallucinogen, because I had the room all dark. Now the room's all light. And I want to use his.
Okay, so this happens just Nash. You tell Nash that you need him up in the cockpit. Nash runs up toward the cockpit, and as soon as he gets in there, you're in Reggie's painting room, and he's just finished this painting that's the opposite of the other one. It's now this one's white.
So, Reggie. He just turns and goes, I never properly accepted that my brother had died. I just wanted you to know that. And then I need you to sit in this chair and stare into this painting and tell me what you see.
He like takes a couple of tentative steps forward. He's like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I didn't know until after you left.
I didn't tell you. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even tell myself. But if we want to go home, I need you to do this. I'm trying to work backwards here.
He comes in and he gives you a big hug.
Oh yeah, there's hugs.
You could tell like his eyes are all red. You could tell he was crying. And
oh no, yep, yes, all of this. You're doing great. None of this is your fault.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for everything.
You did nothing. You've done nothing. We're here together, and let's get out of here.
Are you going to sit in front of the painting?
Yeah, I kind of feel like Reggie sort of like, because Nash is just kind of like leaning on him at this point, that he kind of like turns him around and puts him in the chair.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll sit in the chair.
Yeah, at first his hands are on your shoulder, like steadying you, and then like you probably don't even notice, but he removes his hands, and this is where you start everything's bright. It's the opposite of what it was the first time.
Okay, so everybody make a psyche roll. You got to beat 4.
Oh my god, I hit 4 on the head.
I got a 3. You rolled a pair of 1s. Are there botches in the system? I went with the bone dice. That was a mistake.
Yeah, unfortunately, Reggie, at this moment, it's too much for you. When you say it out loud, that feeling of loss comes back to you, and the tears are just streaming down your face as you think of your brother.
Yep.
It's all you can do to sit Nash down in the chair, and then you just can't handle the human contact anymore, and you run away. Wherever the farthest you can get from any other human being, you just run to all the way down to the next level and across to the other side of the ship, and you find yourself a quiet room, and you pull the blankets up over your head.
Yes.
Nash, you were sitting down in front of the painting, and in the painting, in the center, if you squint and peer really, really close, you see a little pink blob, and it's kind of moving. It's slowly getting bigger.
Like he leans in because he's not sure that he sees it right away, and he kind of like starts to reach out a hand, and then pulls it back as if Reggie painted something. He doesn't want to like fuck the painting up.
It's like the color of silly putty. It's like the color of the pink Reggie from that painting where he was eating his own feet.
Yeah. And he just kind of waits for a minute to see, like Reggie wanted him to focus on the painting, so he's trying to like pick up whatever it is that Reggie was putting down. Like this is the key to something.
You see the little pink blob disappears, and you're squinting and focusing and trying to get into the painting, trying to project. And there's a shape in the painting made out of negative space, and it zooms up toward you, and it has a silhouette to it, and it looks like a human with a coyote head. And it winks at you, and it says, "You'll be all right." And then it's gone.
Yeah, Nash stands up and like the chair clatters back, and he like looks around to see if anybody's like, "What the fuck was that?"
You are on the deck again. You're not in Reggie's paint room. This is the deck of the Orbgasm. Reggie, however, is nowhere to be seen.
He just starts screaming, "Reggie! Reggie!"
Reggie, you ran all the way to the other side of the ship and closed the door and put a blanket. You don't even hear him.
No.
Is he still in a suit? Did he turn his radio off?
Probably.
That's a good point. Reggie hears you through his radio.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to answer, right? I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think he answers.
Okay. It's like, fuck. Kim. Are you still with me?
Kim comes scrambling up the steps into the cockpit, and behind her is Scilla and Steve-O. Steve-O heads for the... Are you in the pilot's chair, or was that some other chair, Reggie?
It was just the chair. Yeah, it very, very well may have been the pilot's chair in reality.
Okay, there's a few chairs on the... This is a big ship. It's got a navigator's chair and a co-pilot's chair.
Yeah, it's probably would have been the pilot's chair with like the canvas acting as the control panel type thing. Yeah.
Okay, so Steve-O runs across and gets in the co-pilot's chair.
Nash just wheels
Scilla
around.
and Kim are there, and they're like, "Is Reggie with us? Is everybody here?"
He just wheels on Steve-O and says, "Don't you fucking touch anything."
Hey.
Still strap in.
It's all good, man. You're calling the shots. I'm the one that got us here, but let your boy take us out, huh?
Yeah, he tells Scilla to strap in. He says, "Kim, come on. We got to go find Reggie. He's the only one that's going to get us out of here." And then he looks at her because he knows that's like not the most comforting thing. He's not answering on the radio. We got to find him.
Shit. Jive ass motherfucker honking idiot. It's just, she goes running through the ship, throwing open doors and calling out his name. Are you doing the same thing?
Yeah, can I make a psyche roll to see if I think I might know where he went? Kind of like piecing all the things together to like I don't think he would be in the kitchen. Like, is he looking for, based on our conversation that he's trying to be alone sort of thing?
I don't really think you can. It's not so much about psyche because he's never even been on this ship. So who knows what direction he might have gone in, but also that you were totally focusing on the painting at the time. So you didn't even notice what direction he went in.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair. Yep. He's opening up doors, yelling for Reggie. And he's trying to be encouraging. "Come on, Reggie, we need you, man. We Everybody's good. We got to get the fuck out of here.
Reggie, what was that thing you were just thinking about?
I was thinking about the time before I went away, where my brother and I were playing Magic the Gathering or some other equivalent,
Okay.
and it was one of the last things that we did together that I liked. So I was thinking of that.
It was a virtual magic world, which they actually had the audacity to name Vagic World.
Jesus. And we know. Yeah, I get it. Yes. It's just like, yeah, I get it. I understand. But it's still fun.
Yeah, but there's something weird. Your memory goes up to a certain point and then stops, and you literally feel it breaking off like a film,
Damn it.
the last frame of a piece of film going through a projector. The memory just sort of ends there.
Come on.
And then you realize that Nash and Kim are shouting your name over and over again.
Fuck. What did I do now?
Reg?
What is this blanket? I'm under a blanket. I'm in a cell of my own emotion.
Worry.
All right.
Fridge.
I realize now I've hidden underneath the blanket. I'm out now. Okay. And Reggie, I get out from wherever I am and leave and start heading back towards Nash. Okay, I'm back.
I'm back, baby.
I'm sorry.
We don't got time for that, man. Come on.
I know. I should know better. Let's go. Okay. And Reggie heads back up to the bridge with Nash.
I feel like Reggie like comes out of a door and like Nash is like halfway down the hallway. And, like,
Yeah.
and like fuck, and then he like turns around.
Right here.
Okay, so everybody's headed back to the bridge. Nash and Kim, you make it back first because you were closest, but you hear Reggie coming up the way behind you. So you turn and you look down the stairs to the hallway at the end. You're waiting for Reggie to approach. But just as Reggie approaches, a big gap opens up in the hallway between you, and it spreads wider and wider. There's a river of lava between you now.
This is probably my fault too. I've
Jump,
made the floor lava.
Jump, use the jets.
Use the jets. Yes, okay.
Okay, it's getting wider as you go, but
yeah.
You might be able to do it.
Well, I think oh God, this sucks, but I want to I'll just say like a piss wave comes up behind me and I ride it over the lava.
Oh, it's another lucid dreaming roll.
But guy, this is stupid.
What is it with you? Waves of piss are just so important in your life.
Nash, remember this? Remember this part? There's a 6, 8.
So he's waiting because he's getting ready to grab you because he thinks you're going to use the jump jets, and then all of a sudden this wall.
I felt this was better.
That's a yes and. So yes, the giant wall of piss pushes you across, and let's say it completely, vanquishes the river of lava. And a bunch of steam flies up and like a wall of steam just for a second, and then it clears.
That's going to stink. I'm sorry.
Everything's totally fine. Reggie is standing up there with everybody else, or no, just at the bottom of the staircase. He's also got piss all over him.
Yeah, I'm covered in it. It's fine. I don't think we need... Let's just go. Reggie goes into the chair, or goes into the bridge if he can make it before another chasm opens up.
That's right. Okay,
Nash
so
behind you and he says, "Can this motherfucker help you?"
Who's that? Oh, Steve-O, you're here? Yeah, you can help. Yeah, he can help. Sure. What the fuck?
Okay, we can do a help roll to see if he can make that happen. But also, at the same time, as everybody straps themselves in, you're facing forward, you're looking out the viewport. John Alpha, look at your character sheet.
Mhm.
First word you see. Say it.
Guilt.
Guilt. All right.
Yeah.
And Beta, first word you see on your character sheet.
Potential.
Guilt and potential. Okay.
The XP of potential.
When you look out the window, everybody sees different things, but you see everyone in your life who you have ever felt guilty toward judging you. They're all like standing out there somehow, staring in through the windows with all of their judgment pouring down upon you to the point where the next thing you do, anybody, is going to be at a -1. And Reggie, what do you do? Do you feel you may have the potential to do something?
Yes, I'm thinking more along the line. Oh, well, potentially I could fail, or I can, what's the fucking phrase? I could live up to my potential and get us home. That's the way I'm looking at this.
Right.
So,
Potential can go both ways. And it's good that you have that thought, because everybody, the people from your past who are judging you through the view screen, they open up their mouths and they start vomiting blood, which comes right through the windshield and begins covering you.
Now this is bullshit.
Now, everybody tell me what you want to do, because this blood actually hurts when it hits you.
I'm trying to get us.
I'm going to jump to Nash first.
Yes.
Fuck, I don't know. He's like pinned to the seat by the stairs, and then the blood just kind of like starts to weigh him down. He's just
Are you
just
going to try
screaming
to
at
get
Reggie.
out of the chair, or are you going to sit there and take it?
I think he takes it, right? Because he's feeling all the guilt. I don't even think he says anything. I think he just goes inward again, and just starts to. I guess he starts to crumble again, because like at this point,
this is all your fault because you decided to be born.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I let my parents down. I let my squad down. Let Duke down. I let Kim down. Let Susie down. Oh, there's an unborn fetus glaring.
No.
Yes,
God.
there is an unborn fetus vomiting blood on you.
Oh no.
It's bad. He just takes it, right? Because he was ready for Reggie to like get them home. So like he doesn't have anything to do other than like be a passenger.
Okay, everybody, psyche rolls. Beat 4.
I got a 5 with the psych. If I have it, I don't. I guess that's your call.
Yeah.
Oh, I landed right on a 5.
Okay. To hold yourselves together, but nobody's freaking out, vomiting, pissing themselves, running away in fear, except for Steve-O, who screamed, and he's crying something about "I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom."
Do you want to do that again? I'm sorry, because you broke up, and I feel like it's a real poignant moment. We don't want to lose it.
Guilty about. And Steve-O, you with me now? I'm seeing a little bit of flicker.
Okay, now I think you're good.
Okay, everybody sees whatever they out in tears.
You keep breaking up. Do you want to jump out and jump in again?
You think I should?
I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's like all of a sudden. Oh, fucking hell.
Fuck. Now we've got pain blood. God damn it.
That's my fault. Sorry.
Guilt and potential blood.
Yeah. Okay, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm on the bottom now. See, we take turns. This is a democracy.
All right, we're up to Steve. You said we all see what we see.
So yeah,
when you-
and runs across the room, kind of scrambling and falling on the floor, and he's crying, "I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom."
Oh, Steve-O. Reggie slaps him.
Are you gonna get out of your chair then?
Yeah, you guys are strapped in.
Oh, he's next to me, isn't he?
He unbuckled and started to
Like he unbuckled. I
Yeah.
missed that.
Now, as far as you can tell, whether it's real or not, that's a question. But there's blood pouring through the windshield of the ship.
Okay.
We didn't catch any of that, Todd.
The blood is starting to pool up all over the floor of the ship.
Oh my God, we're not going to be able to finish this game.
Holy shit.
Every time you start to talk, it drops out. We got blood through the windscreen, and then you just keep cutting out, and now you're frozen. Fuck.
Wow.
Do you want to reboot real quick? I mean, I can't do anything because I'm hosting the call. And it just seems like all of a sudden.
Shit. Reboot. That'll
Well,
take
now-
some.
But now you seem fine. So
I'm hoping it's just a temporary internet lag bubble.
yeah.
Steve-O is slipping around in the blood now. He's covered in blood.
Ah, Steve-O.
You guys are strapped in, and the torrents of blood are now beginning to form fists with little arms trailing off, and they're punching you. And they're coming harder.
Well, I'd like to try and close up the windshield, seal off this bullshit.
That's a good idea.
With a lucid dream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Seal the windshield. 6 total.
That was with your bonus?
Yes.
Okay, this is a yes. The windshield solidifies. The blood fists stop making it through. But one of them hits it particularly hard, and wow, you're glad you got that in time because it would have literally done damage to your face. Instead, it causes a tiny little crack. Nash, what are you doing?
I mean, I feel like he just continues to take it, right? So, like, now this is physical manifestation of him beating himself up. Is the blood fists beating him up?
Yeah, exactly. And then the window solidifies, and the fists are pounding against it.
Maybe that snaps him out of it then. And he kind of like looks up and he's Reg, we gotta go, man. We gotta go.
Steve-O needs to strap in.
Nash unbuckles real fast, grabs him, throws him bodily in the seat, fucking snaps him in. So start the calculation.
All right,
Okay,
I'm doing the
so
calculations.
Give me a grace roll, Nash, and just don't fuck up.
All right. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
5's on the die plus, I don't know, athletics or whatever.
Yes, and Yes, you get him back in his seat, and
I get back in my seat before Reggie finishes the calculation.
nice work.
Do you mind if I don't ask what you saw in the painting this time?
I don't know. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. Let's just go. Let's go.
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, just as he's doing it, the scene outside the window is changing. You are in the middle of a lightning storm. There's like flashes of lightning all around you and dark clouds. It's like this and
we didn't get any of that. Not a word.
no. Your video is now starting to disappear for a while. John Beta, I can see you.
I'm here.
Alpha, I hear you. I don't see you. That's weird.
Here, let me turn my camera off, I guess. You hear me okay?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we all turn our cameras off just to
Conserve on the bandwidth.
conserve bandwidth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we're real close to the end, I'm assuming. So yeah, whatever it takes to to get this done.
How do
Across the bottom bar, there's yep.
Stop cam.
Yep.
Okay, I stopped cam.
It's weird now.
Cam has been stopped.
Yeah. Okay. World, but kind of a purpley blue, and there's lightning, thunderclouds, and you're in the middle of a huge storm. And Reggie, add one more detail.
One more detail to the thunder and lightning storm. I want to say it's raining blood now.
And
What was that, Todd?
add one more detail to what you see outside.
Shit. Oh man, I don't know. So he's got his shit back together. Because I would say like Susie's face, but he's got his shit back together, so probably not. Right? I mean, it kind of makes sense, but he's collected himself, so I don't think it's that. How about this? So the mists are like purpley gray. They change color to the mists of Drear, and then there's like a blue form that kind of like moves past the windscreen.
Oh Jesus!
It's exactly what happens, except for it becomes larger and larger, like the size of a bus. It is on the deck with you. It is just morphed right through the hull of the ship, and it throws out pseudopods in everyone's directions, just sort of bursting out with these tentacles that come flying toward you. And it's combat time. Everybody roll your fighting skill at a -3.
Oh,
because you're strapped into a chair.
All right. Let's see. So it'd be 6. So
landed on a 5.
4, 6, 3.
Nash, you are struck in the left leg. You lose a point of grace.
Okay.
Reggie, you're struck in the chest. You lose a point of health.
Oh, perfect. That's.
And since nobody's said you don't, I'm going to say you do have your weapons on you.
Huh. Well, that seems really bad.
Yeah.
really big mimic on board, and it just smacked everybody. Kim was hurled back into her seat. She seems to have taken some damage. Steve-O also seems to have taken some damage. Everybody's taken damage this round.
Kill it.
If the rifle's like locked into the seat next to me, I guess he grabs the rifle when we move to the next frame.
Okay, and that'll take you a second. Reggie, what are you doing?
Well, what Reggie is doing is I'm going to try and force the mimic to oh God. Oh, I would like the all right. So the casket, I know I'd like there to be another casket, and I'm going to force him into the casket.
Oh, okay. That's a lucid dreaming roll.
Yes. So close my eyes. Get in the casket. Oh no. 4 + 2 6. 6.
There's a casket, but it's
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
this is too big. The casket that you've created.
Well, what was it? What happened? It didn't get in it.
The casket appears, but the mimic is way too big.
Okay. All right. So I'll have to shrink it down.
All right, and everything is changing now. John Beta, add a detail. What's happening? Just randomly, first thing comes to mind.
Uh-oh.
Are you not hearing me?
You said beta, right?
What is wrong with this stream?
I don't know.
All right. One detail. The mimic dog. The mimic dog is also here now. The mimic dog, and he's my buddy, so he helps us.
He is also here, and Nash, add one detail.
It's funny that you called in the thing because I was going to have.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can John Alpha hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I don't think he can.
I can hear everyone.
I hear both of us.
He's answering you.
Oh, great. This is going to be a wonderful show.
I will translate.
Okay, what detail did he add?
Hey, what detail are you adding?
As I look to the left, getting ready to shoot the mimic, Fitch is standing to the side of the mimic.
Who is?
Fitch, Benjamin Fitch, my original.
Oh my God. Fitch is there. Todd. Fitch is there now. He's standing there now.
Wait, Fitch? Who? Fitch?
Vince's old character.
The old character Fitch.
Fucking
Benjamin
wait,
Fitch.
where's he from? Remind me.
Vince's character?
No fucking way!
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, he is there. And he's screaming, "You stupid fucker, get us home!"
John,
Okay,
did you hear that? Yeah, you heard that.
Yeah.
And everybody make a psyche roll again. Beat 4.
Good. I'm on a 6.
I got a 5.
And John got a 5. Or Nash got a 5.
Okay, you're both hanging on to it. Fitch is standing right there screaming, "You stupid motherfucker, get us the fuck home." And the whole ship, everything, including you guys, is beginning to where they're slowly turning the alpha up. Everything is becoming slowly more transparent. You guys are fading away.
Oh God, we've got to get Chuck Berry to sing that song.
What do you do?
God.
Just make the goddamn slip dynamics roll already.
All right. He makes the goddamn slip dynamics roll already. I hit all the buttons to send us home.
Fitch had to be literally screaming it at you before you did
it. Yes. All right. Well, I did roll a 6. My Little Pony. Friendship is magic. So that's with the lucid dreaming 2. That's 10. That's the 10 again.
Dude.
Hey, friendship is magic.
Okay, so suddenly you're back in Bay 2 at Diaspora Ranch. Fitch is gone. The mimics are both gone. Everybody seems to be, although hurt, still alive and intact. And the four of you all sit around looking at each other for a second. And as you get up, you unbuckle yourselves. There's a ground crew coming out to, make sure you guys are okay. There's medics waiting off on the side of the bay. You see the alarm stop cycling and the klaxons stop banging. You hear Jack's voice over the intercom. Orbgasm, is everyone all right over there? And you hear that, but the last frame that we see, before I'm going to end the story here, is you're all wondering what that pink blobby thing is sitting in the center of the floor that's the color of
what was that last bit?
That's it.
Oh, we didn't hear that last bit.
That's it. You're all sitting there looking at each other. Everybody's feeling themselves to make sure they're here. You're here. You're alive. You're okay. Everybody's checking everybody out. You get out of your seats. And on the floor is a pink ball that looks like silly putty.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. Wait, maybe we shouldn't open the doors.
What that is, we're going to cut right there.
Bravo, good sir.
What a crazy session.
Can we hear each other again?
I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you and
everybody.
John.
See, I hope it's not the stream, because I hope this game's not fucked up.
Me. And you can hear him?
Yeah, I can hear both of you just fine.
You're the middleman.
Yeah, you just don't appear to hear each other.
So, experience points. Reggie, 12.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
And Nash, 9.
Okay.
So that'll... Oh, man. I'm going to have to read up on that again. Oh.
I'm up to 35.
I've got 121 TCV and then 42 potential. And now this new 12... I don't know why I don't get this.
The 12 would add your 42.
So the 12 gets added in your potential, which will also boost up your TCV. The TCV is the total of
this. You can total running total. Okay.
Right. You can look down or across, and it's always totaling.
All right. So that's now 132, and this is now 54.
Oh, John's in the chat.
Yeah, can you hear me or no? Still no?
I guess not. Damn. What is the deal?
I don't know.
Shit.
Well, great session. That was a lot of fun. Shit.
That was the first time I've ever run anybody in the cow. And I think that the surrealist brainstorming techniques work pretty well.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. They're awesome. Oof. Good stuff. And now, Silly Putty.
Yeah, what is that pink thing?
Well, if it's from Reggie's imagination, God only knows.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's not. I hope it's not from my imagination. That's. I'm going to have to do some more paintings.
Well,
to
in
figure out
your
what
in your imagination, there was the pink stuff that came out of the toilet, and it was dissolving the floor and wall of the ship. There's also the pink blobby version of you that's eating itself, which is eating itself.
Yeah.
And then there was a pink blob that Nash saw when he looked into your white painting.
Yes.
Looks kind of like that.
Yeah. This is also the little drop of pink blob that fell into the ship, into the Orbgasm while it was knitting itself together.
It's a proto Reggie.
A proto Reggie. Oh no.
Who knows what the fuck that thing is?
Two of us can't exist in the same universe.
You made it back home though. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, we made it somewhere. Is it home? Is it home?
God, I hope so.
Have you ever left Reggie's dreams? Nobody knows.
True. That's true.
Oh my God, it's like a Dallas episode.
Dallas? I don't think I saw that.
I'm really curious when we play this back whether all three of us will be audible or not.
I don't think there's. I think it's been all right. I mean, it might have been like bad within the session, but I don't know. John does. Has something like that happened before where it's in the audio?
Well, unfortunately, I won't find out for like 6 months.
Obviously, you can hear him, so I guess the server is hearing him.
Yeah, I mean, everything must be recording.
Well, okay, because I can't hear you, John. So I think, but you still have your closing wrap up and credits and all that to do. So I'm going to bail, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Todd.
Thanks, Todd. It's a great session. All right. Well, streaming problems aside, hopefully this doesn't mar the session at all, because this is a really fun one. Yeah, but I just want to remind everybody that we have our sponsor, Birds of a Feather Coffee. They're a small batch craft coffee roaster. You can get the legendary brew. It's a nice medium blend, really easy drinking, a nice even taste. There's a link for that in the show notes. You could also do the other Wow, I did this last time too. You can also do the other Birds brews. They have the Night Owl blend, the Hummingbird, and the Morning Lark. There's a decaf, a light roast, and a dark roast. They're also fantastic. If you use the code LEGENDS10, you're going to get 10% off your order, and shipping is always free. So we encourage you to check that out. Feedback, comments, all that kind of stuff is awesome. It gives us all the warm fuzzies. Reviews are awesome. It bumps us up in the algorithm, so we appreciate that as well. I just want to thank you all for checking it out, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Bye.